this one. Where's the other phone? Oh, I can't find it. Here we go. Good day, greetings, salutations. Let me see if I can retrace my steps. Yes, I can. Oh, David, what have you done? Oh, this is going to kill me. What have I done? How are we? Who's in the house? Say hello. Hi. Ciao. Damn it. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous, guys. I really would. Oh well, it is what it is. It'll be a short one. I had some notes to read from. Ah. What have I been doing? I've been playing the backside. Reverse. 3 witnesses. Have you got any ID? Yes, I have actually. These. Red. Caught red thumbs. So you'll see a standard. It is you know, like normal identity card kind of a status, but I've done a meld of old war type cards. If you search on DuckDuckGo or yeah, other search engines and put in these keywords: war, Seaman's war identity card, Seaman's war identity card, or Seaman one word. I use 2. And you find the identity cards that Smithy found in the bins, in the skips, and we discussed what it was. That was an army issued card. This is a sovereign paralegals, family, trust, clan, things like that, you know. So who are you? I'm a private member. Private member of what? Of a club. Have you got your private members card? Yes, I have actually. I'll show you now. Oh, I see. You used the what? Oh, hello there. Sir Godfrey, hello, yes, Sir Godfrey, yes, welcome, yes. We have your usual table. All this that they have, well, they're not in the public, they're in the private, and they have private members clubs, but this would be one for man to use by default. So I'll go through, underneath it's got David, semicolon, Jeremita, and evidence of life and essence underneath that. This is, what have I put, verified plain statement of truth underneath that one, and autograph to identify the bearer. That's the autograph. It's written in purple and blue. That's the autograph date. Yes, and then it says here eye colour. We have height, weight, scars, tattoos, or clan markers, because that's what the tattoos essentially were originally. Hair colour, brown, and then that's all that bit there that I've just read out. And then this little sentence here with the dates and months and year says the bearer of this card is a private woman, done this 23rd day of the 9th month 2018. And it says after that little statement there, 2018, please see the reverse of this card. And you turn it, signature, no, autograph, set law, autograph, thumbprints, mon visage. Please see the reverse of this card, autograph still, didn't write set law there, no thumbprints required. This one is the same text as the front, David, semicolon, Jeremita, evidence of life and essence. This is a verified plain statement of truth. Well, I did put, this is an affidavit and blah blah blah, and then somebody in the Facebook trust went, Dave, you've used illegal instrumentation there to try and act privately. Do you not see the correlation of oxymoron? I went, actually I do, yeah. I rushed into that. Let me remove that legal society, law society language and you know, instrumentation, and it's now evidence of life and essence. So if you see abbreviated Echo Oscar Lima to do with claim of rights and ecclesiastical deed poll, then evidence of life. So how can you evidence life? Well, 2 witnesses in law make a fact, okay? In a court, in a legal scenario, 2 witnesses will constitute a fact. So we'll have 3 good men to put their, sign on there. So autograph on there even. So, well, signing they are there. They're signed. 23rd of the day, September, year 2018. And then it says in the presence of, and you've got witness, signature, name of witness, address, which is house number and postcode, and their occupation. That's repeated 3 times. So I've done a signature as an example. Yeah, then I've put down a name, but it should have been lowercase. It was Russian stuff. Postcode is whatever 128134005, and then the postcode is just the postcode, and occupation X. So that is the endorsement of 3 good men on the reverse to say that they witnessed, and can say that this Klansman, Klansman ID, there you go, Klansman, that came just out of nowhere. So Klansman identity or something like that for your clan, and it's private. So rather than going in your Skyrocket and reaching out by default for your person's driving license, the passport, things like that, which are annexing you, the man, to that driver's license or passport, for instance, port pass, and passing that over, birth certificate, it says at the bottom, there's a warning for that, everyone, this document is not to be used for evidence of identity. That's a disclaimer, public disclaimer for man. And we didn't act upon it quite so intelligently. So when we argue that one would, I'll go through after an officer has identified, laid claim, charges, detained, arrested, brought back to the station. What's the next thing to be done? These things, aren't they? They take your Danny's, the thumbprints, and they book you in, and you're in custody. So they don't ask for any identity. They take these because they got these on file, and they identify the man with the man's digits. So the man's going to identify with his digits again. This isn't finished. This is just a little work in progress, but it will be given out to every member of the SPLsPro.com family, the Facebook family, and then Tube. You'll have to meet us on Facebook or the .com, and then we'll email you these templates once they're done, and you just get some red ink and affix a left and a right, whichever way it is. Yeah. And this one actually says left, this one actually says right, even though it's about face there. And yeah, you just what I've done, you'd get this as a 2-page. I've sellotaped it, so 2 pages printed off, and cut that out, put it on matte photo card, sellotaped it together. It needs a window, bracket, everything to go around it, but it's not for public display to go around your neck either. It's private, it's something that gets hidden away. It gets kept somewhere where you're not going to see it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't go around your neck. It's private. It's got others details on it, and it's the man's ID, so you should keep that close to your heart, out of sight's way. But yeah, you get the template. Once you've got the template, I'll do a video of how to put that. I scanned a passport photo and had it as a file on my laptop. So all you do is you find that picture. Well, when you open this document in Word, you go to that, you click on that square, right click, and there's option of change picture. It's as simple as that. It's made really simple. So then you select change picture, and it opens up the Explorer box for you to browse for the file. You then go wherever that passport picture is saved on your media device, and you will just click it once and press open, and it turns this template on your media device with just a generic square ready for the picture. And once you've done that, as I've said, it puts that there in the right size as it should be. Bosh. So it's easy enough to do. You don't have to be a computer expert. So just thinking along the right lines of privates and Dominion. Whom are you and what are your rights? This was given away for free. This is something you will need. That it comes in handy. It comes in. It's a tool of a private man. Yes, and you need it. You need to consider it. Not that you need it. Take that back. Strike it. Rewind. Selector. You need to consider whom you are, how you answer, and things like that at all times. Nice skull and bones. Yes. Want to see? Since 1978. I like this. I don't normally wear big brands, Nike, Three Stripes, a Prisoner, Adidas, and so forth. I've got a £3 something cheap, you know. I try my best. After the incident with the Santander Sebastian Vettel jacket, I learnt my lesson. I don't have too many things of such, you know, but I have now and again. I thought, bad move, Dave, bad move. So thank you, P9. Awesome, thank you. Who's that, Joey? New subscriber, I think. I haven't seen you comment before. Easy now. Or new friend, yeah. New family member. So, just food for thought, things to think about, really. You know, how you present, how you answer. This is all about public liability. So when somebody says, what's your date of birth? You're in for some liability there. Why? What do you mean? What's my date of birth? My date of birth is a financial instrument of my person. Anybody that identifies and gives that out is going to, unwittingly be known to them, can answer for something shortly. So it's a trick, and a trick that's very simple. Who are you, David? Have you got any ID? Yeah, I have actually. Can anybody verify where you was? An alibi or anything like that? And things. I'm saying it in a criminal type civil issue here. Civil, not criminal, but it can be criminal. When they're trying to lay claim and charge and detain against your will and incarcerate and so forth and damage and incur damages and bring you out the private into the public without your knowledge. So whilst they have a clever language and a clever court system and a clever set, well, I don't know, yeah, they are clever. So officers, seamen coming onto the land to escort us and divvy us and so forth. I thought, this is a simple bit of non-contract instrumentation of which I'll look at perfecting. I'll have a word with Andy and the guys on the Facebook family and for you as well to give you feedback and comments on if you'd like to consider operating in the private and you don't know how to operate in the private, and 2 witnesses in law make a fact. Well, we'll have 3. One of them can be a trustee, pre-signed. This might come pre-signed by me as a witness already, or one of the trustees. So I don't know if you categorise me as a good man. I'd like to think you would. So as I've not been incarcerated, I don't have any unspent convictions or any claims against man. Under God, I would classify myself, as a Setlaw founder of the trust and some kind of law movement there in the early days. And it wasn't a trust when it was founded in November 2015. It was cyber solicitors. So to be where we are now in such a short time after what's gone off is truly incredible. We are working at speed. We are working articulately, concisely, with consideration, with due diligence, and it just came to me to try to find some kind of a template where man could ascertain lawfully, privately, whom he is, should the need arise for identity. But man's identity, put that to one side, is your given name. It may be a Christian name, but it's usually a given name, and then your thumbprints, and then to endorse it, you'd autograph it. But what we know as the endorsement is where I've put there on the photo Setlaw and then an autograph on the photo. That means that the Setlaw position is there, and then there's an autograph and thumbprint. So that tells anybody who's trained that the man and as it says that on my photo, and there's them thumbprints which can be annexed to me now, the living, yeah, and that picture of that face, and I've got that face and them thumbprints. Without that, you can still do the same, but that's just if you're pushed into a corner, or once the foundations are properly cemented. And we are, is more established than what we are now, and we have more than 6,000. We get up to 10 to 20,000 family members within the .com domain. We're at 200 at the minute, you see. So it's still in its infantile stages. It's still right at the beginning of what is about to become laid forward in the forthcoming anons. So yeah, that's something you'd all get for free. That's taken about 5 hours total of my time and life to design, but I'd give that for free. We give a lot of the elements of of things away for free, the time, the videos, the instrumentation, the hangouts and seminars and so forth. Disregard what you are hearing from Facebook, from you know, unreliable, unconscionable sources. My word is my bond, yeah, and I say that in front of a judge, the biggest judge of the realm. And yes, we are honourable, and they don't like what we're doing. Things are going to get a bit rocky, I do believe, in the next 12 months with regards to politics. And I'm going to put a link into this video about the reasons why I'm thinking of this, and what information has come to light of biblical prophecy, you know, information that's been left, and wisely left, and left intelligently for us to pick up on, and clues. And I believe I'm seeing a lot of clues. A lot of strange things are happening politically, in the music. Wow, yeah. So that is to safeguard you using a public instrumentation as the driver's license, passport, and it would be endorsed and you know, laid out as such by the witnesses in the presence of, on that date and time. There was something else, but I can't think of it now. So let's see who we've got on this one. P9, hey up you guys, Joey, AC, hello there. Samantha, Mr. of the Menza clan. Peace and love to you, my brother. Peace and love. You think it's fabulous? Oh, Samantha, thank you. Oh, darling. Fabulous. Oh, darling. I love stuff like that. Incredible. Yes, it's just an idea at the moment. It would come to you as 2 attachments. Then in an email, you'd have to change the picture there. As I've said, right click, change picture, open, browse, put on. If you've got a spare passport, recent relevant photo. I'm not sure about the size of that. There may be certain legal sizes that appertains to. Might want to change that a little bit, or the shape, or make it an oval, make it bigger or larger, just because I'm wary of the New Times Roman fonts and things, and how this this crappy little web of deceit and, you know, spiders and things work. So yes, it's not a ploy for anything, you know. YouTube, if you email me or we get this down the download place, you can have that and you can download it, because we've got nothing but love, and that's how this works. It's sacred contract, where the one is judged at all times by the one that sees everything. So that's not a religion, that's our faith, that's how it is. And the more we do these kind of deeds, good deeds, and that operates in trust and equity. When you do a deed, it's some kind of system exists where you get a boost up. So yeah, we're not doing it to get boosted, but we are enjoying the equilibrium of the potentiality consciousness that we are interfacing with right now, and it's invisible and it's unmeasurable basically, but it's information man needs. Information, protection, security, status. And a quick bit of information is, who are you and what are your rights? You know who you are. You don't need to be told that. You know how the system works. So we need to start interfacing with the system again, and using it and understanding it. So you've all seen the films where they detain somebody, they charge them, and whatever they've done, whether it be, well, it's normally criminal, where they arrest and detain, but some civil issues, if you are unfortunate enough, you will be arrested and detained, and that should never happen to somebody under a civil issue, but it does regular. So yeah, when you've broken the statutory laws, they will come anyway for enforcement, collection and so forth, you know, civil issues to do with debt. Debt's not criminal, it's civil. And you know, I'm looking for Mr. David, you know, I'm not that, he's not here. Yeah, but we've been told he lives here. No, I'm him, that's me, that's who I am, you know what I mean? You don't need to use these cards, but you know, anybody that wants ID for some other reason, a business reason, and says, oh, have you got any ID? Yeah, I've got that, that's my ID there. If they'll accept it, if it was from a registered license, you know, government business, it'd be accepted, no doubt. But because we're not licensed and governed and registered as such like that, then you've got the, you know, but yeah, it's just an interesting tool for man, one of man's tools to use, you know. The trust technology is new trust technology. It's not new, it's very old, but it's new to man because we're cognising it all over again. We are a civilization, no, we are man, a species, there we go, species with amnesia, and we don't know where we've been, We don't know whom we are, and we don't know, therefore, where we're going, or we can't pertain to even vaguely have an idea or any control of where we're going if we don't know where we've been and who we are and what we are and how to speak, how to communicate. There's a vast deficit within the intelligence of man where they've glossed over it, and I'm afraid there's no easy way of cutting it. It's one big brown smelly sandwich for us, and it's a bitter pill to swallow. Once you've swallowed that, life becomes a little bit more interesting. It doesn't become easier, so to speak, but interesting is a accurate way of putting it. So yeah, I'll give you updates this week. We'll organise some hangouts. I've got some interesting moves to make, and there's a lot happening privately. I can't, not authorised to update you with, but it's looking good. Hydrogen Doctor's looking good. I've had some news from the developer, the engineer, inventor. The future's ours. The future's golden. The future is now. It's coming up in a minute. It's just gone, but you know what I mean. It's coming. That's all I've got to say on that. Anybody got any comments or anything to say? No, so we're all good. Peace, love and light, my sunny subscribers. What?